But no, Irv Gotti is coming out and said that Baby is the GOAT, best to ever do it, and that Cash
Absolutely
Money,
not.
Cash
Baby
Money
who?
is Baby from Cash Money.
Oh, okay.
And Cash Money is the best.
There's so many babies out here. You got to specify.
Lil Baby, you right. He says Cash Money is the greatest hip hop label. It's not even close.
They're having a really good run. A lot of that thanks to Drake.
Talk to you on your man and your face.
Yes,
I can dig it.
He said, think about it. Juvenile's Hans was like 25 years ago, and they have Drake and Nicki and all this stuff is still going on right now. He said he's the GOAT, and it's Drake and the rest of these the younger artists. I think have extended that run to make it. I ain't gonna say credible, but we can discuss it. How about that? Because he said it's not even close.
Yeah,
I don't know if I agree with that.
Young Thug. I don't know. He wasn't Cash Money, but he was.
Was Thug on Cash Money?
He was. What's the other little sub group or
Young Money?
Not Young Money.
Need Money?
The one that,
oh my God.
Need money for bail.
It was like Young Thug and then somebody else. What is that called?
Like Slime, I don't know. I don't know these.
It had something to do with
It used
Baby,
to be
though.
I knew who labeled somebody was
Yeah,
on.
It had something to do with Baby.
Everybody's on Epic.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Long got an album coming out on Epic.
Epic or Atlantic. Everybody's on Epic or Atlantic, as far as I'm concerned.
So we've been around long enough to have
Rich Gang.
Rich
Okay.
Gang. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't know what the affiliation was, but
Yeah, I know. I know.
He
what
definitely
you're
was
talking
under Cash Money.
about. Yeah.
So
So
dumbest names ever.
Then everybody's favorite R&B artist, 𝗏𝗲𝗄𝗧.
he's on Cash Money.
Okay.
Is it not even close? With you, we've been around long enough to see multiple very successful labels.
Irv has been on some foolishness lately, but I will entertain this
That's
for no
what I
other
want to
reason
talk about.
because when you think about Death Row, that might have been 5-6 years of
But
dominance.
those are some great.
It is, but then when it was over, it was over.
Okay.
Bad Boy, they had a little bit longer because they were able to extend into having Young Jock and Boys in the Hood, and they and Cassie, and they were able to still but
I
bad.
forgot about Cassie.
But shoot, Diddy's not even on Bad Boy anymore.
Nah, he said Bad Boy is a hiatus.
Yeah, so
right now.
I thought king-Cones was trying to bring back.
No, it's not. No, Bad Boy's not.
It's not under Bad Boy though.
He's trying things.
No Limit. I mean, it's No Limit. No Limit's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, they make breakfast cereals.
Yeah,
Noodles.
They do.
I mean, he's not lying. He's
Shout
no, he's
to
not. Like
Snoop Loops.
they have transferred. They have
I'm gonna get you about
transitioned into doing other. Look, and which is smart because when you can't
No, it
sell
is.
records, you better find something to sell. If this is the business you're going to
Master
be
P
in.
is a brilliant
And
business.
so, yeah,
businessman,
we're
always
not saying that, but we're just saying No
Always
Limit's not a thing anymore.
Sure.
Even when you talk about Murder Inc., they had their run. G Unit had its run.
Unit was technically Interscope.
Yeah.
I mean,
Aftermath.
but technically, Def Jam is Columbia, and Universal, Rockefeller, all those things they're all, yeah. But once again, it's all under these umbrellas.
Mm-hmm.
So when you even if you're just talking about it as a boutique label, and
we
that's
know
not to dismiss it, you have to have Cash Money in that conversation. You have to. I mean, I'm sorry, you can think whatever you want, but for them to have like most of these companies that we even Social Def, these companies barely have 10-year runs.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Some of them only 5 incredible years, but and you're talking about the fact that people still, for whatever you think of the records she put out, people still care about Nicki Minaj's records. And this is going, and it's 2022, and I remember when 𝗏𝗏 came out in 1998.
That's a long time ago.
You're almost talking about 25 years.
Yeah, even before that.
Yeah, so if you're talking about them,
Hot Boy's first album.
So, but if you're talking about when they came into the national consciousness with the Universal deal, you're talking about almost 25 years.
Yeah.
So yes, you got to give. I'll entertain it. I'll have the conversation.
Is Nicki? So Nicki was on Cash Money.
Yeah, she's still on Cash Money.
She's still on
I never followed
No, I got you.
Is this like Cash Money, Young Money, Money something else, a whole bunch of monies? I just can't.
I know
keep up.
when Wayne had his split with. I don't know how that was.
He's still Young Money, which is still the same umbrella. Like
Cash
What is
talking
Drake?
about umbrellas. Drake is Cash Money.
Cash Money.
Cash Money, Young Money.
Young Money. Yep.
He might be something. I don't know.
It's crazy. It's
No,
mad umbrella.
I don't know if
I
he's.
think they still get money off Drake over there.
I'm not sure if he.
They definitely still get money off Drake.
I'm not
And
sure.
you know who else gets
out of
money
his
off
deal.
Drake somehow? Jay Prince. Jay Prince would not defend Drake and ride for Drake as much as he does if he was not getting a check somehow.
But also,
I'm agree with you.
But also,
I'm
you
agree
got
with
to you got to think about this now. You're talking about where, because even at one point, Cash Money, they had Cash Money Classics where they signed Tina Marie. You know,
They sure did have.
They even had old boy. It was some dude that was doing like a new age jock jam type style. They had PJ Morton signed to Cash Money in one
Great
point in
artist.
time.
So you're talking about if you were to look at their entire roster, all the things that they have their fingerprints on.
Yeah, I would say it's quite accurate.
He said so much crazy stuff recently, Irv, but he's on point with this.
Is it fair to say that we talk about the Death Rows, Rockefellers, right? We know Rockefeller as its own.
It's defunct.
It's defunct, but we know it as its own entity, and we look at it like the rest of the labels, right? Like we always put Rockefeller up there. The Longevity Award 100% goes to Long and Cash Money because they've been successful for a long time. Star Power, though, I mean,
it's still Cash Money because you have to realize,
okay, that's
it's
what I
a
want to
three-headed monster that are the stars on Cash Money. Literally, you have Drake,
okay,
Nicki Minaj, and whether you want to say Lil Wayne is still at the top of his bars or not, there's a lot of people that still think he is and are still checking for him.
Drake, Pop,
but he has
Snoop.
no contractual ties to.
But I'm saying that are still making.
I got you. I follow you.
So that era is over.
Been over, but I'm talking, when I say star power, I'm talking about legendary status. Like Cash Money got a handful of legends. What, like Drake? We call Drake a legend. Drake's a legend.
I mean, we talking
Wayne
about that. Def Jam has the biggest heap of legends that's out there.
That's the name I haven't heard yet. I haven't heard anybody say Def Jam.
But when you count Def Jam, do you get to count Jay-Z? Do you get to count Ja Rule, or do they get to?
I mean, if we count Young Money and we counting all that, then yeah, I'm gonna count that. If we're gonna do umbrellas, if we're gonna be fair, right?
That is true.
So now
Def Jam literally started it and are still here, and not started. That goes to Sugar Hill Gang, but they started with like the mass appealing artists. So you had Run DMC, you had Beastie Boys.
Well, they were on
LL
profile.
Cool J.
It would be LL moving forward because Run DMC was on profile. They could
not
at
Run
one
DMC.
point.
I meant to say Beastie Boys.
Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
Because if we're gonna do the umbrella game, then Def Jam has to be in there.
Yeah,
They have to be in there.
they probably have the best track record overall. Cash Money is just on a tremendous run.
The run is impeccable
they can
though. Like
pretty much just credit it to Drake at this point. Even if you take Lil Wayne and Nicki out of the equation,
right.
Drake has been consistent for 10 years.
And Wayne already was a superstar before
Prior.
Drake really got popping.
Correct.
I'm talking about legend. We know like legendary status before Drake even assumed that position. If we being honest,
But there was a point in time where Def Jam had Method Man, Redman, DMX, LL Cool J,
right?
Foxy Brown.
Right.
Who
Jay
else?
was on Def Jam.
Jay-Z, he kind of came later.
Yeah.
Q-Tip.
Q-Tip.
You tip it on Def Jam?
No, that was Violator.
Violator. I'm sorry. Yeah, Violator. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Violator.
Who owns Violator?
That was a management group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it still might have been under Def Jam.
I think the
I thought it
Violator
was.
compilation.
They might be under
the
the-
Violator compilation. I believe came out under Def Jam though.
Yeah, it might fall under the quote unquote
That's
umbrella.
Chris Lighty.
Don't quote me on that because I
Yeah.
could
I think
be
Chris
wrong.
Lighty was Violator.
You know, Def Jam. If we're including, they at one point they had Ludacris, they had Scarface,
Def Jam South.
Yeah,
you know.
Fight for New York was all Def Jam artists for the most part.
True. That's why I was glad you said Def Jam because that was one I was going to bring up. I think they are the ones that can look them in the eyes and be like, I
They
don't
even
know.
had Def Jam South for a minute, which Scarface was running.
Yeah,
True.
So
That
I
makes
would
it,
still,
that
I
makes
would
it
probably,
interesting.
I would still probably put Def Jam above them.
Absolutely. I would
You
probably
know.
say Def Jam is probably the
Best
king
label.
of the hill
King
when
of
it
the
comes to hip hop labels.
I don't know who's on Def Jam today.
Nah, I couldn't tell
But
you.
I
If
still
Def
know
Jam
who's on
was
Cash Money.
If
To their
Def
point.
Jam is even still a thing, it
Well,
could,
Crit was on Def Jam for a while. It didn't work out for him.
True.
I remember that.
True.
And somebody just got signed to Def Jam here recently within like the past month that I can't even think of. I can't remember.
I don't know. I know DMX's last album was on Def Jam.
Mm-hmm.
I think Redman. I think they've re-signed people as legacy artists.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like, yeah, that's, you know, because it used to be like, man, if you get to Def Jam, you know,
Oh, that was
you
the thing.
on your way.
Yeah, that was on. That was
You
the
know.
thing.
I wonder if they.
I think the
Lori
last one
was on Def Jam at one point in time.
I mean, the Roots were on Def Jam.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Long.
I was gonna say, I wonder if like those labels really have to do a lot of like breaking new artists anymore because they got so much legacy music that's probably racking up money.
It's probably not necessary. If
And
we're
then
being honest.
younger people we've had this
Well,
conversation.
Snoop has a
Aren't really
connection with
looking
Def
for.
Jam. Snoop, I forgot
Yeah.
about his whole thing with Def Jam.
Yeah, they're not even looking for record labels to sign them no more. They just want to get popping on their own on Instagram and then
Yeah,
follow to something.
it's people our age still trying to rap want to get signed to Def Jam.
There's really no need to.
But, what you say, Long?
No, we don't need that anymore.
Be like, I'm trying to get on Def Jam. I'm putting out a
Producer said
mixtape.
Benny the Butcher's with Def Jam.
Oh, okay. Good call. Good call. I didn't even think about
Put some
that.
respect on my name.
My name.
Yeah, he got a little. The voice broke up a little bit on that
He
name.
said it 3 times this segment, so he's in there.
No, man, I'm.
Anytime you just try to disrespect Birdman, he's
put respect on his
he's
name.
gonna pop out.